Sociology. Topic 1. The family, social structure and social change. Murdoch, who is a functionalist, focuses on the nuclear family, which contains a heterosexual couple composed of 2 generations and dependent on offspring. Right-wing sociologists agree with the nuclear family and believe that this is the ideal family. The nuclear family should be small and compact, live together, heterosexual, reinforced by a relationship. Marriage should be compassionate, benefit all members. Some natural differences may result in sexual division of labour and domestic labour. The influence of the family is a conservative ideology. Functionalist view on the family. The nuclear family is influenced by functionalism, structural theory and structure of society. These consist of law, economy, education, media, religion, family. This is what shapes us as individuals. They are also interested in how social structure shapes the family. Functionalists are also interested in how the family functions for the greater good of society. They are also interested in how the family as an institution operates in conjunction with other institutions and how this contributes to social solidarity. They are also interested in how the family as part of a social structure shapes and benefits us as individuals and the individual members. Functionalism and the evolution of the family. Talcott Parsons, 1965, focused on examining the influence of industrialization and the economy of the family structures and relationships. Parsons argued that economic systems of pre-industrial society were largely based on extended kingship networks. Land and other resources were rented by relatives beyond the nuclear family. The extended family was responsible for food production, clothing and shelter. The extended family would trade with other families if they were unable to produce something. Roles of the family were by ascription rather than achievement. Ascription is the basis of fixed characteristics, e.g. gender. In the extended family, if all the men and women, young and old, were involved in pig farming, that would be the family's duty, as all members would be involved in some aspect of pig farming. The extended family also equipped its members with skills and education, maintained good health for all its members, provided welfare for its members, and pursued justice on behalf of any wronged family member. Effects of industrialization. This meant that the economy demanded more geographical mobile workforce. People moved away from their extended kin. Parsons argued the nuclear family was formed when people moved away from the countryside to take advantage of new jobs. The nuclear family only became dependent on each other and isolated their relatives. Specialized agencies developed, which gradually took over many of the economic functions. Parsons refers to this as the economic process as structural difference. Parsons claimed that the new nuclear family unit provided the husband and the wife with very clear social roles. He states that there is the instrumental leader, e.g. the breadwinner, which goes off to work, and the expressive leader, e.g. responsible for socialization of the children. And normally the instrumental leader would be the man, and the woman would be the expressive leader. Michael Anderson criticized Parsons' view on the nuclear family and said that it did not replace. Michael Anderson criticized Parsons' view that the nuclear family replaced the extended family, as large amount of households shared kin. The evolution of the British family. Young and Wilmot, 1957, take issue with Parsons' speed of change. They argue it was more a gradual change than a sudden one. Young and Wilmot, 1973, argue that the extended family went into decline in the 1960s when working class communities rehoused. Bright working class young men made most opportunities through the Education Act of 1944 and less likely to follow their father's job. Young and Wilmot argue that the symmetrical family only became the norm in the late 20th century. The Marxist views. Marx is critical of the functionalist view that the modern nuclear family has evolved. The nuclear family serves the ruling class and promotes capitalism. They say nuclear family unit is seen as an ideological apparatus that promotes values and ways of thinking towards capitalism. Marcus 1964 claimed that the working class families are encouraged to pursue false needs in the form of the latest consumer goods. Marxists argue that working class extended family has been deliberately discouraged by the ruling class because of emphasis on mutual support, on the mutual support system and collective shared action, hence the inequality. Marxist feminist views. Marxist feminists are skeptical about Parsons' claim that the nuclear family meets the needs of industrial society. Benston 1972 suggests that the nuclear family is important to capitalism as it rears the future workforce at little cost to the capitalist state. Women domestic duties, they argue, help maintain the physical workforce. Marxist feminists also state that hiring women as cleaners, nannies and cooks. Feminists suggest that the nuclear family may also be useful to capitalism and men because it provides an emotional supportive restraint for male workers, or retreat for male workers. Men may make up for their lack of power and control in the workforce through domestic violence on the family. Radical feminist views. These feminists argue that the main effect of industrialization was that women were generally excluded from paid work. Men dominate paid work, they argue, and nuclear family benefits men only. So that's been topic 1, and stay tuned for topic 2.